So here's the scene. Meghan Markle, once the toast of Buckingham Palace, suit star turned Duchess turned brand, standing at the edge of Hollywood's most exclusive velvet rope, phone in hand, dialing up the Kardashians. It's not for a girl's lunch, not for a quick TikTok cameo, not even for a strategic swap of glam squads. This is bigger. It's a call for help, the kind of help that only the world's reigning reality royalty can provide. It would have sounded unthinkable a few years ago. Meghan was the headline, the disruptor, the woman who made the British monarchy feel like it might actually belong to the 21st century for a hot minute. She didn't need to chase the spotlight chased her. Her wedding was watched by hundreds of millions around the globe. Her every move, every outfit, every word was dissected and devoured. But Hollywood, as any industry insider will tell you, is a mirage. Here, relevance is rented by the month, not owned for a lifetime. And lately, Meghan's lease is up. Netflix canceled. Spotify pulled the plug. The press, less interested in her next move, more interested in her next misstep. The narrative has shifted, and Meghan, once the moment, is now just another celebrity struggling to stay afloat in a sea of newer, louder, splashier headlines. That's why this Kardashian move matters. It isn't just a collaboration. It's a rescue mission. Because if there's one thing the Kardashians know, it's how to turn a narrative they've lived and profited from. Every public scandal, every family feud, every memeable moment. They're the undisputed queens of the comeback, the grand mistresses of the reinvention arc. If Meghan can get their buy-in, she gets another shot. Maybe a Hulu feature. Maybe her own docu-series. Maybe, just maybe, a chance to rewrite her story before it closes for good. But this is not the world of fairy tales, tiaras, or royal decrees. This is Hollywood, where power is measured in engagement rates, not bloodlines. And the Kardashians are not in the business of charity. They don't hand out comebacks, they sell them, and at a premium. Meghan, for all her former regal glow, is now just another contestant in a cutthroat game where yesterday's princess can become tomorrow's punchline. It's a risky play. The Kardashians are no strangers to desperate pitches from fading stars. They know when someone's coming in hot, hoping to siphon off some of that Kardashian magic. Meghan isn't exactly hiding her intentions. Her brand needs oxygen. Her relevance is gasping. And she's betting that Kim, Kris, or Khloe might just crack open the window. But here's the catch. In Kardashian world, you don't just show up with a sob story and a tiara. You need to bring something wild, something viral, something that can keep up with the family's ever-evolving, ever-escalating appetite for drama. Meghan's previous attempts, her Netflix doc, her podcast, felt controlled, curated, almost too polished for a world that thrives on the messy, the raw, the unscripted. If she wants in, she'll need to give up some control. Maybe all of it. That's the real gamble here. Because there's a reason the Kardashians have never opened their carefully curated doors to anyone from the royal orbit before. It's unpredictable, it's radioactive, and it's risky for their own brand. Kim Kardashian, for all her love of a headline, is ruthlessly strategic. Her world runs on metrics, not monarchies. Meghan's old titles don't mean a thing here. What matters is content. What matters is the story you can tell, and more importantly, the story you're willing to let them tell for you. Kris Jenner, the family's matriarch and mastermind, has seen every angle in the book. She's turned heartbreak, divorce, even the most public of humiliations, into billion-dollar branding. But she's not about to let someone else's baggage sink the ship she spent decades building. Meghan, for better or worse, comes with a truckload of baggage. Public opinion is split. Some see her as a misunderstood rebel, others as a manipulator obsessed with controlling her own narrative. Either way, she attracts heat. And the Kardashians, seasoned as they are, know that sometimes someone else's fire can burn your house down. Behind the scenes, you can almost picture the negotiation. Meghan pitching her redemption arc, Kris nodding, calculating the optics. Kim weighing the clicks and the controversy against the risk. In the Kardashian universe, everything gets measured. The potential headlines, the social media spikes, the sponsorship dollars, the long-term brand equity. Meghan would need to offer more than just her story. She'd need to offer access, vulnerability, and, at the very least, something that feels real. Because that's what Hollywood wants now. Not polish, Not perfection, but flaws. Mess. The unfiltered truth. The Kardashians built their empire by letting the world see it all. The fights, the tears, the breakups, the breakdowns. Meghan has spent years trying to curate her image, to control every angle, every headline, every Instagram post. But control doesn't trend. Chaos does. If this collaboration happens, it won't be about helping Meghan out of the goodness of their hearts. It'll be about the content, the spectacle, the guaranteed ratings. The Kardashians are content creators first, friends second. And Meghan, if she wants in, will need to become content herself. But say she makes it. Say the Kardashians see the value, take the risk, and let Meghan into their world. What then? It's not a guarantee of success. Hollywood loves a comeback, but it hates desperation. If Meghan can't deliver something new, something both vulnerable and compelling, she risks looking like just another celebrity clinging to her last shred of fame. Timing, too, is everything. The Kardashians aren't in a slump. Their machine is humming along, powered by brand deals, personal drama, and the unending churn of social media attention. They don't need Meghan to boost their ratings. If she's coming to the table, she needs to bring something they can't get anywhere else. Access to royal secrets, maybe. A brutally honest tell-all. Possibly. The risk, of course, is that the public is already tired of royal drama. If Meghan can't find a way to make her story feel new, urgent, or raw, the audience will simply scroll past. That's the reality she faces. Once, the crown gave her power. Now, it's a weight she drags behind her. The public is fickle, and Hollywood even more so. Meghan is caught between legacy and relevance, between what she was and what she needs to become to survive in this new world. Every move is scrutinized, every misstep amplified. There's no safety net, no palace walls, no automatic goodwill. It's just her, standing at the edge of the Kardashian empire, hoping for a lifeline. And what if it doesn't work? What if the Kardashians pass? What if Meghan's pitch is met with polite smiles, a few encouraging words, and a swift return to business as usual? Then this chapter closes with a whimper, not a bang. Another celebrity who aimed too high and fell short. There are no more comebacks, no more soft landings, just the slow fade into obscurity that Hollywood reserves for those who can't keep up. But maybe, just maybe, Meghan pulls it off. Maybe she convinces them. Maybe she gets her show, her comeback, her chance to tell her story on her own terms. If she's willing to go there, to dig deep, to get real, to let the world see the cracks in her armor, she could rewrite her narrative entirely. She could go from the woman who lost it all to the woman who fought her way back, not with a crown, but with hustle. That's what this moment is really about. Meghan doesn't want a tiara anymore. She wants control. And in this town, control isn't given. It's earned. Through relevance. Through output. Through risk. This Kardashian move? It's the biggest risk she's ever taken. And the stakes couldn't be higher. One more shot at the spotlight. One more chance to prove that she's more than a headline, more than a scandal, more than a royal exile. If she pulls it off, she becomes the comeback queen. If she doesn't, she becomes another cautionary tale. The cameras are rolling, even if the show hasn't started. The world is watching, not necessarily cheering, but always curious. Can the Duchess do Hollywood, or did she just think she could? The answer, one way or another, is coming soon. And in this game, there's no crown, no safety, only the hustle, and the hope that this time, the risk will finally pay off.